gender, sexual orientation, and creed. These diverse groups of people are supposed to thrive, cheek by jowl, in harmony. The problem is that the state misunderstands its role as an agent in this grand transformation. Instead of carving out areas of freedom for individuals, where they have a right to hold certain beliefs without fearing marginalization for doing so, the state seeks conformity. It wants to tell individuals what to do and what to think. Bosses and their staff, providers of goods and services, must now be race-blind, gender-blind, age-blind in their interactions with the public. Any lapse, and the full weight of the law will quash them. From the outset, equal pay for men and women was enshrined in the Treaty of Rome, 1957. In 1975, the EU introduced a directive on equal pay. A directive is a legislative act which requires member states to achieve a particular result without prescribing how to achieve that result. The notion of equality as a principle before the courts took off. The 1970 directive extended the equal pay provision in the Treaty of Rome by saying that it did not apply just to equal or the same work, but also to work that could be said to be of equal value. 1 year later, the Equal Treatment Directive prohibited sex discrimination in terms of access to work, including promotion, working conditions, and vocational training. By 1997, the Union decided that it must tackle discrimination not only on the basis of sex, but of other characteristics too. Article 13 of the Treaty of Amsterdam gave the community new powers to fight discrimination on the basis of racial or ethnic origin, religion or belief, disability, age or sexual orientation, as well as sex. Britain soon decided to embrace this admirable agenda fully. The country had been shocked in 1998 by the killing of a black teenager by a group of white thugs. Stephen Lawrence's killing prompted a long inquiry led by Sir William Macpherson. Its findings were sobering. The Metropolitan Police, which had investigated Lawrence's murder, had been guilty of institutional racism. The government felt compelled to clean up its act. It took on board the EU legislation that addressed employment discrimination, and also a new directive, 2004, that prescribed, relating to men and women, equal treatment in access to supply of goods and services. This applies to all people and organisations that produce goods and offer services to the public. Britain's Labour government signed up to the 2010 Equality Act, a large, some say unwieldy, legal edifice. The problem started here, as Aidan O'Neill, QC at the Matrix Chambers in London, explains. Discrimination on grounds of race or ethnicity has been outlawed since the late 1960s. Race relations law requires that people in their interactions, in the workplace and in the provision of services and goods to the public, are colourblind. The Macpherson inquiry, with its identification of institutional racism, revealed that this might not be enough. It introduced a positive duty on public authorities to eliminate discrimination, harassment, victimization on grounds of race, and advance equality of opportunity. But as lawyers love to cut and paste, they soon stretched the application from race to gender, and then, with the Act of 2010, to the whole gamut of the protected characteristics now covered by UK equality law. These are age, disability, gender reassignment, pregnancy and maternity, race, religion or belief, sex, sexual orientation. The outlawing of discrimination on account of disability raised some new questions. You cannot pretend that people are not disabled. You must instead make adjustments to cater for those disabilities. Just as like cases have to be treated alike, unlike cases have to be treated differently. So, for example, no dogs allowed becomes no dogs allowed except for guide dogs. This